Hello, 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 and good afternoon, you guys. This is Mr. Varner, your CEO here. I'm going ahead and redoing the BGC or background check walkthrough video, and I want to make sure I do this as a couple up to the one that I did previous. There were a lot of little things that I left out that I wanted to fix and get corrected for you guys. So, with that being said, let's go ahead here and get started. So the first thing I want to do here is to go ahead and kind of get you through the psychology. So please grab a pen and paper. Please take notes, pay attention, and rewind this video as many times as you need to get through the process. So the first thing you want to do in order to get your background check payment, meaning that if the individual, this video is going to show you how to walk the caller through or how to capture the caller's payment details in order for them to get their background check paid for and also for you to be tracked and get compensated for the work, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's say you've already spoken to Miss Cynthia and Cynthia is ready to make her payment for her background check. So you're simply going to go to the Sotel website. And before I showed you how to go to the back office dashboard, and you can do either or, but because you're going to end up at the same place. But the quickest way to do this is very, very simple. You simply go to Sotel.com, and we're just waiting for this to load up really quickly, you guys. All right. Normally, you would go to careers to do the apply now and the application and so on and so forth. But for the record, we're going to take you to the agent directory page to start this process. This is a little different, but it is easier to get done. All right. So the first thing that you want to do is instead of clicking on the back office, which turns this whole section blue, you want to click on the AD, and you'll notice that you're over it when it turns white. Okay. So go ahead and click on the AD button there. And it's going to ask you for a password, and that password is going to be ADL. That stands for Agent Directory Links, okay? ADL, and it's all lowercase. It doesn't have to be capitalized. All right, we're going to hit OK. It should take us to the Agent Directory page. Waiting for that to load up. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and do a search for myself and see if I have something up here. No, I don't. So we're just going to use Mrs. Copeland's or Mrs. Blake's, it doesn't matter. Miss Blake, thank you so much for volunteering for the video. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to go ahead and click on your name. So you're going to search for your name on this system. All right, and then once you've done this, it's going to bring you to the Sotel presentation website. All right, and hopefully the site will move a lot quicker because we were having some issues earlier with it. So we're just hoping that it pulls up. Give it a second, everyone. All right, it looks like everything worked the way that we wanted it to at this point. So what we're going to do is normally you would log in here, and I'm going to just log in and show you guys. You want to go ahead every time and just log in and like this. You can have the caller go and do this too if you want them to go through the application themselves. They can do so, but this is normally for newcomers when you send your link out to people via email, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that in a second. But I'm going to go ahead here and share this. Okay, and then click here. So once I click here, I'm going to put the person's information into this section. So we're speaking with Mrs. Cynthia. So I'm going to put test just for the sake of this video here. And I'm going to change this email address to Jane Doe. If I can get this to scroll down a little bit. Jane Doe. Okay. And I'm going to hit submit. It's going to take me to the regular website. So you're going to enter your caller's information underneath that video, your link from the agent directory page. Okay. Now it should open up here to the Sotel website. I get all these little pop-ups. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Once on the website, you simply click on careers, click on apply now, and then click on staffing application. Once you have the application up, it is now tracking from you. It's gone through, you've gotten a lead. That means it's going to track from your link. The information is going to be captured from the beginning, and then you're going to have the application. So we're going to just go ahead and enter the test information, okay? Now, when you're on the phone with them while you're doing the script, when you've got the person to the point where they're ready to make their payment, the application and background check go together. If they're not going to make their payment, you want to set them up, and we're going to talk about the, we're going to do that in another video in reference to the BPM, the business presentation meeting. But for now, this is for individuals who are ready to make their payment. So we're going to go ahead and enter this information in, scroll down, ask these questions. Make sure to repeat all the information that you've obtained from them over to them, like their name, the spelling of their name, their address, the spelling of their street, city, state, and zip. Make sure the phone number is repeated for accuracy, and make sure that the email address is repeated letter by letter for accuracy, to make sure that they receive their information in their email in reference to how to register for training. Remember, after you submit this application, the caller is going to get an email to show them how to register for the training class and orientation, okay? So you want to make sure that this information is correct, okay? Secondly, you want to ask the questions like, do they desire full or part-time? Are they 18 years or older? Where did they hear about us from? I'm going to put Craigslist. Miss Cynthia, make sure you ask the question, Miss Cynthia, are you a U.S. citizen? Are you qualified to work in the United States? Can you pass a preliminary background check? And make sure these answers are yes. There's no need to upload a resume at this point for the caller. You're going to hit next. And then what you want to do specifically is read this consent to background check and reference check. You have to read this out loud. Okay, so I hear Miss Cynthia, do you hereby authorize Sotel and/or its agents to make investigations on your background, reference, character, past employment, consumer reports, education, and criminal history record information, which may be in any state or local files, including those maintained by both public and private organizations, and all public records, for the purpose of confirming the information contained on your application, and are obtaining other information which may be material to your qualifications for employment. A telephone fax or Xerox copy of this consent shall be considered as valid as the original consent. Mrs. Cynthia, do you hereby consent to a preliminary background check? If she says yes, you say great. Go ahead and share. Provide me with your birthday, please. What's your birthday? What's your date of birth? That's the good way to say it. What's your DOB? And Cynthia's going to provide that date of birth here. And I'm just kind of making this up as we go. All right. And you want to make sure that you say this. The total processing fees to obtain the background report is $35. Go ahead with your social, the last four of your social, please. Or may I get the last four of your social, please? And they're going to provide that for you. All right, and then you're going to say, now, Ms. Cynthia, I want to make sure that you fully understand and have full knowledge of the cost and procedures of the $35 fees and procedures for the preliminary background check, correct? And you want to say correct because they're going to give an answer yes, okay? All right, and then you want to put your name in the section where it says recruiter. So I'm going to put my name here. And then this is where things get crazy, okay? Now, the caller, once you hit submit, you want to read this to the caller. Miss Cynthia, we've completed the application. Now we must process the payment for your background check. In a moment, you're going to receive 2 emails. One's going to be from PayPal as a receipt of purchase for your background check, and the second's going to be an email from the Human Resource Department, which is going to, from the training department, which is going to walk you through how to register for the training class on Monday, all right? Yes, ma'am. Okay, she's going to say thank you. You hit submit. Now, this is going to redirect you to a payment page, okay? What you want to do at this point is collect the caller's information. Mind you, this is all being tracked back to you. So once this page is done loading, you're going to hit the Pay Now button. This is for the background check, okay? Now, you guys know that there's 2 different buttons here, and I don't want you to get confused. This is for the back office, and this is for the background check. We're on the background check page, okay? So we simply are going to click on Pay Now, and that's going to open up the PayPal portal for the payment, okay? This is going to create a dialog that shows us. And at this point, while you're talking to Miss Cynthia, okay, Miss Cynthia, do you have your debit card or credit card available? All right. They're going to say, well, no, I have a PayPal account. All right, well, if you have a PayPal account and you want to pay through PayPal, you simply say, okay, well, what I'm going to do is, and you tell her how to get to your link. You're going to send her a link, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. But let's just say for the record, she has a credit card or debit card on file. So you're going to get her credit card information here. And you're going to click on where it says pay with debit card or credit card. All right, and you want to type in the credit card information. So Miss Cynthia, what's the credit card number, please? 55555555555. And then we're going to go to what's the expiration date? 01, 01, whatever. The last three digits on the back of the card, please. Going to do 333. And also the billing name. So you want to get her first and last name. We're going to do test. All right. So we've got first, last name, address, city, state, and if it's the same as the billing, that's fine. You want to make sure you ask that question. This is the same as your billing address. And then this is the most important part. You want to make sure you enter the correct information here. Their personal email address or whatever email address that they have on their application is what's necessary. So they're going to need to enter their phone number. So you're going to need to enter their phone number and their personal email address. And here you want to put your name again. Okay, it's the first initial, last name. And then simply click pay. Whatever happens, now sometimes when you click pay on here, it may say, oh, well, this credit card is already associated with the PayPal account. That's simple. All that means is they have a PayPal account already. So what you need to do is have Cynthia go to her PayPal account, okay, or go through the link that I'm going to go through the next process that I'm going to show you in a brief moment, okay? So we've already done the payment. At this point, once the payment is processed, if it does go through and you have no problems, simply tell Miss Cynthia to check her email and look for the receipt, and also look for the second email that's going to tell her, it's going to come from Soultel Training Department, to explain to her how to get registered for the training class, and that's going to tell her what to do next. But she's already done with payment, and you're good to go. Now, in a second, I'm going to come back, you guys. I'm going to start out at this page, and we're going to go from the scenario of the individual wanting to make the payment for themselves and how you get them their link. So I'll see you guys in a brief moment. Hold tight.